Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Unknown Dirt time trial. Today I'm reviewing, as you can see, the Volkswagen Beetle from 1963. It is rear-engined rear-wheel drive, 747 PI or Performance Index in A class. It's got 4.5 speed, which isn't much, but it then puts out with 7.8 braking and 7.5 handling, which is really good for this era of car. The acceleration and launch is pretty good, 6.3 and 7. And I think that's... oh no, power, there's 178 horsepower, 223 pounds per feet torque, only weighing in at 1,709 pounds, with 44% bias to the front, which is about right, and it's a 2.3 litre engine. Now, it may not sound like much, this car, but it is actually really good. it's surprisingly good. It's in sort of acceleration terms and handling terms, it's really good. Now, I had to go with the Herbie decals because you can't really not go with the Herbie decals when you have a Volkswagen Beetle, which is white. Now, the one aero part I've added is the roof rack, as you can see. It does help the car, surprisingly. You would think that it would make it roll over, and it does to an extent, but you don't really notice it. And there is some grass sticking out the boot. It adds a lot of downforce, I think, to the car, and that kind of helps with the sort of traction issues that you might have with this. So yeah, let's get this around the track. The next car we'll be testing around the time trial is the Hummer H1 Alpha from 2006. It has its A class with 761 performance index. It's all-wheel drive, as you would expect from a Hummer. 5.2 speed, 6.6 handling, 5.9 acceleration, 5.8 launch, and 7.4 braking. It's considerably good at braking than the rest. It's 593 horsepower, almost 600 horsepower in this. 831 pounds per feet torque, which is so much. It's weighing 6,000 pounds, which is absolutely crazy. It's 52% bias to the front with a 7.4 litre engine. That could almost be a jet engine, couldn't it? The decals I've chosen for this is it's basic, but it works well. Is the almost dirt around the wheel arches. It looks a bit unrealistic because a lot of it is very green, especially on the back. It looks very, very green and very unrealistic, but it will do for now. I may have changed the front bumper ever so slightly. I don't know exactly. I haven't looked at how I upgraded it. So yeah, I think this will be an interesting competitor for the table. I just stalled it. Well done me. I stalled it again because it's slow, but it also has it's a bit slow, but it has a lot of ground clearance and should get over the bump really. The jump. It should get over the jump very well.
The night lay waste to all we could find, but honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living, but we could run. And let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever.
So the Volkswagen Beetle came in at a 36.9 seconds, and the Hummer H1 came in at a 39.12 seconds. Now the Beetle was it was surprisingly fast, but just because it was fast, it seemed to be it's fast, but it's not that fast around it doesn't feel fast. That's what I'm trying to say. My main concern with the Beetle was that when you land the jump, the front will fall forwards, and I don't get why it does that specifically. I think it might be the roof rack causing that, because it's got about 35% bias to the front, so it should theoretically fall to the back. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it does fall forward, and that costs a lot of time because there's no power to the front wheels. The Hummer H1 was relatively fast, 39 seconds. It's only 3 seconds off the Beetle. It's really fast considering the size difference between the two. There were no major concerns with it, to be honest. The landings were pretty much perfect. You saw on the second one, it landed and I could turn the same direction as the landing made me go. Yeah, the suspension was a tad stiff going around the corners. I didn't feel like I could actually get around the corners, and definitely going down the straight, it kind of felt like the car was constantly pulling back, which is not helpful, but it's fast. It's scarily fast for a car of that size, with 39 seconds. So yeah, I've been XeinsGaming with this episode of Unknown Dirt Time Trial, and I will see you in the next video.